I'm joined now by artist Maria Arrieta. Maria, thank you for being with me. I want to start all the way at the beginning. You were born and raised, I think, in Peru, yes?
Yes, first, thank you for having me.
Oh, of course.
It's an honor for me to be here. Yes, I am born in Lima, Peru, and I live now in Indiana. I live half of my life in Peru, and right now I'm just have my studio and home here in Fort Wayne.
Perfect. Okay, so I read that you were born in Lima, but I didn't know how long you lived there. So at what point did you make the big move?
Yeah, so I was in my early 20s and I wanted to study fine arts, but I didn't feel like I was, getting what I needed to be success in Lima yet. So I was thinking about to move and just planning to go to another place where I can learn and experience how it's to live and start making my career of art. So when I moved to United States, I came here to Indiana, and then there I started working, and so I had to wait to go to college.
Yeah.
So later on, I just registered in college and I started taking classes, and I graduated in 2021 with a bachelor's degree in fine arts.
Fantastic. So knowing that you wanted to pursue art when you moved to the U.S., did you feel like an artist? Were you expressing yourself creatively while in Lima?
Yes. So when I was in Lima, I always liked art since I was young. Since I was a kid, I always liked to draw. I used to draw characters, and then I started learning to draw portraits. Actually, I joined the school, the Escuela Nacional of Bellas Artes in Lima, because I wanted to pursue my career in graphic design first. When I was there, I was taking some classes of drawing, illustration, and I learned how to draw the human figure and nudes. So I liked that very much. And just being there, I made a lot of friends because the school was only for fine arts, sculptors, painters, and I got engaged more with painting. And I feel that that was actually, the pathway, the career I wanted to do.
Rather than graphic design.
Exactly. Like I like more painting than being in a computer.
Yeah. One of the things that that really stood out to me about your work is how it's so graphic in the background, and then the foreground is so realistic, and it like that juxtaposition is really cool, and it makes your figures pop. Yeah. Has that been your style for a while now, or is that new?
No, I feel like this is something new for me that I start doing while I was in college. I was doing abstracts, surreal and abstract paintings. And when I was in college, I was taking classes of figure drawing that I like very much. And I started drawing portraits, figurative art, and I wanted to include that in my paintings. So I started to paint portraits of the Latino figures, Latino communities, young females, and then I start to including in these patterns and forms in the background of my paintings. I feel like this is something that influenced by maybe my culture, because in Lima, Peru, we have a very cultural history about Pre-Columbian art and that these icons, symbol shapes that they used to include in their living every day. So I was really passionate about including geometric forms in my art as well.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because I wanted to ask how your culture and your heritage plays into your artwork. I had no idea that those sort of geometric shapes and that type of thing were part of your heritage. So how important is it for you to come through as a Latina artist? Do you want to be recognized that way, or do you just want to be recognized as an artist?
That's a good question. I feel like just for me, just being Latina, it's already part of my heritage.
Sure.
And it's my background. And I feel like any career, anything that I would do in life, it won't take that away from me. Because for me, being a Latino, it's who I am.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, just being an artist, that people, the community and everybody can see my work or what I do. It's just for me, you know, it's something that I appreciate very much, and I think that a lot of them can see my work that I'm a Latino.
Yeah.
It's not like I wanna say Latino arts. Latino arts is what I want to do. No, I really want to be inclusive.
Sure.
However, I feel like Latino, it's my identity.
What do you think it is about the human figure that you love creating so much?
I don't know. I think that's actually the exploration. That's something that I'm exploring right now. When I'm drawing, I feel like I'm learning to know myself better.
Wow.
And sometimes when I see these expressions in people, I feel like I'm there. I'm actually that person, and I can scan myself. So it's something. It's a very unique connection that I like to, you know, experience. It's something amazing that make me feel why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Why I have to. I think about these people, but also feel the same way. So it's an exploration of life. And every day and all the time when I'm drawing and painting, I'm always thinking about this, why this is happening,
Yeah.
and what is the unique thing about being humans, and what do we need to be alive.
That's such a great answer. I've never heard anybody describe it that way. Isn't that the beauty of art? Isn't that what we all, it's the universal language?
Yes, it is. It's beautiful. It's very unique. It's something that makes you think about what is life and how we are as human beings.
Yeah. Is it ever hard to get through a painting emotionally? Not even the physical act of painting it, but just because you are an empath, does that make it harder sometimes?
Sometimes, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have, some moments that, you know, while I'm painting, I'm thinking about so many things, you know. I learn how to, you know, be in the painting, but also feeling outside the painting. You know, sometimes you can feel anxious, you can have anxiety, and you can have a lot of all these things coming in your head, you know, why this is happening, why I'm doing this. If this is really what I want to do. I mean, this is really, really a big thing, you know. But I don't know, I feel strong. I feel like I want to put, you know, all these good things that we have as humans, and kind of like celebrate, you know, celebrate culture, celebrate everybody's life. So at the end, I feel very excited, like a feel of joy that I was able to complete, you know, this journey of making a canvas, painting a portrait. It's something very unique.
Yes, and a huge accomplishment. Every single painting is, I mean, I can imagine feeling that kind of joy.
Yeah.
So making the move from Peru to the US is a huge leap. I can't even imagine being brave enough to do that. Do you feel like it paid off? Did you get the education that you were really wanting? Do you feel like the experience here, and especially in Fort Wayne, do you feel like it's what you were hoping for?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like every day we survive. So this is something I wanted to do since I was young, and I feel like just having the passion for art, it's something that make me alive, that make me feel like I still want to do this and every day, and it doesn't, there's nothing that stops me to do what I want to do. So I won't regret nothing. Everything is a learning experience. Everything is good. I mean, even though I had, good and bad moments,
of course,
and I live the life, I feel like I actually appreciate that everything that happened to me, because if I didn't come here, I probably won't be here with you talking. And so I really appreciate for every moment I live and happen.
Maria, I talk to a lot of artists, and they're all passionate, but I feel your passion, and it's really lovely, and
Thank you.
It shows in your work. And to be able to take the experience of being human and put it on a canvas is really such a gift. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Thank you very much for having me.
For more information, visit mariadpilararrieta.com.
Arts in Focus on PBS Fort Wayne is funded in part by the Community Foundation of Greater Fort Wayne,